Okay, we'll call this regular city council meeting Monday, August 10th to order. We'll do a roll call vote. Alderman Putoff. Here. Ferrari. Here. Waldorf. Lukosius. Here. Radke. Here. Mueller. Here. Sapienza. Payton. Here. Mayor Harrell. Stand for the pledge. Can I get a nomination for a temporary chairperson?
I will nominate Alderman Putoff.
Second.
Motion made by Alderman Ferrari, second made by Alderman Radke. All in favor?
Aye.
Your Honor?
Any presentations tonight? We do have one, and we'll take that once we have public services tonight. So we're going to that presentation, Kai, once it's up on the agenda. Any public comment from anybody tonight?
No cards, Your Honor.
No public comment. Okay. Go to the regular meeting minutes of July 27th, year 2015.
I'll make a motion, we accept the minutes and place them on file.
I'll second.
Motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Payton for approval of the minutes of July 27, 2015. All in favor?
Aye.
Committee reports. Alderman Radke, would you take the finance?
Yes, Your Honor. The first thing on the Finance Committee is the disbursements. Total disbursements for August 12, 2015 are $781,164.27. I move that we receive this report, place it on file, pay the bills in the usual manner.
Seconded, Your Honor.
We have a motion from Alderman Radke with a second from Alderman Ferrari on paying the disbursements. Any discussion? Roll call vote.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza. Payton.
Aye.
All in favor? Fire Department report. Alderman Ferrari.
Yes, Your Honor, we have the Fire Department monthly report for June of 2015. I'll make a motion to accept this report and place it on file.
I'll second.
Motion made by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Payton on the Fire Department report for June of 2015. All those in favor of receiving the
Aye.
couple other items from the Finance Committee. During the finance or the number of meetings we've had, a lot of economic development opportunities have been discussed at the meeting. We will go into closed session tonight to discuss the possibility of property sale, so that will take a few minutes after our regular city meeting. We discussed a lot of both short-term and long-term financial obligations. Our finance officer is really working on a report that will kind of give us a dashboard effect of where we're going with our short-term obligations, our long-term, where the money's coming from, and kind of giving us goals of what we can do with those reports or how we can eliminate some of those liabilities, as well as looking and bringing up reserves. We also should send, or the city attorney is looking at an ordinance as far as reserve funds for our city, and we will talk about that at a later time. What the idea is basically is to have enough funds on reserve for about 180 days of obligations, and that would be kind of the goal as we look at least short-term goal for the city. And why put it in an ordinance form is really you want the council to be involved in the finances. Putting it in an ordinance form means everybody has to take ownership in it, and if you do decide to take another diversion from that plan, that you do have a roll call vote. We also discussed setting up some limits on gaming. I think one of the idea that has come back is it's really becoming oversaturated in our community. There's legalized gambling nearly on every corner. We discussed how we could incorporate that into liquor licenses, and I do anticipate the council to have a lot of further discussions on your point of views as far as the gaming licenses go. Each meeting, our finance officer gives us a financial report. Right now, we're moving into our, almost done with the audit?
Yeah, we're probably a couple of weeks for them to wrap it up.
Along with the Gatsby requirements, and you want to give us an update, Justin, on where we're at?
Yeah, we're a couple weeks out from being, wrapping up with the audit. Our anticipated date was for report at the end of August, but it may get pushed back just based on some delays with the GASB 45 and 67 reports. But once we have those two reports in, we should be all gears ahead and have the, presentation within September sometime.
Any questions or anything of discussion from the council? Okay, move to the public services. Alderman Lukosius.
Yes, Your Honor. Tonight I have the electric monthly operations report for the month of June. During this period, total kilowatt hours sold amounted to charges of $1,999,146.85. And purchase power avoided due to hydro generation was a negative $25,732.08. And this, of course, was due to the hydro being shut down for extended period due to high water levels. I'd like to make a motion to accept this report and place it on file.
Second, Your Honor.
A motion by Alderman Lukosius with second by Alderman Mueller. Any discussion points? One of the questions, Jim, I think people will ask, or I will ask anyway, how do you get a negative total when you're
Well,
looking
you
at
get a
hydro?
negative because we have to pay a demand fee for the hydro on a monthly basis, which amounts to almost $20,000. So basically, that's the reason that you're showing the negative figure.
Okay. Any other questions? Move to the water and wastewater treatment plants report.
Yes, Your Honor. I've got the City of Peru Water and Wastewater Report for June 2015. Total gallons treated at the East Plant were 76.961 million gallons. West Plant treated 33.75 million gallons. I'd like to make a motion to receive this report and place it on file.
I'll second that.
Motion by Alderman Mueller with a second by Alderman Lukosius. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
For quite a while, Ty has been working.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Kai Kaczynski. I'm the general foreman for the City of Peru Electric Department. Basically what this is, it's a Easy Hauler 55 MLP mini derrick, and basically what it is, it's just a small line truck all wrapped up into a small rig on tracks. It'll fit through a 36-inch gate going into a backyard. We can actually pick up a pole, carry it into the backyard with us, and auger a new hole, set the pole, and put the bucket on this thing and actually go up there and do some work with the guy on the pole, on the new pole, helping out. Can you run that for me, if you can go through there? I'll go through this real quick. Go to the next one. Basically, this is the machine right here. These are the rigs. They fold down hydraulically. You can actually pick this machine right up off of the ground to level it out and do what you want to do. Any terrain that you're on, you can level the machine. Next one. This is showing the machine at 20 to 25 degrees. Tip over is like 25 degrees, which you don't want to do, but I mean, that's pretty steep for that machine with the tracks, fully out. This is 5% with the tracks fully in. The tracks actually come out to give you a better stability when you're going sideways on hills or up and down hills. Next slide, please. What you see here is the pole tongs. This is a winch that, what the pole tongs will do is when you set a pole, you actually hydraulically grab the pole at the top and it guides it back down into the hole. This winch here will come in handy with a material handler, which you'll see in the next couple of slides. The guy can actually get the bucket, put it on here, go up. Next slide, please. As you see here, this is the material handler. You can actually go up in the bucket. Your charger and your remote control sits right here, and you can run everything from up in the bucket. Which this here you can change the transformer out that's on the pole, take it down, put the new transformer up, And it's gonna be so much easier than the way we do it now with climbing the poles and running up there, with spurs and, letting transformers down with rope blocks. It's just, this has been a long time coming. It's gonna be a well-earned and a well-used machine. Next slide, please. This is the jib. Each of them weigh 20 pounds, so a guy can actually work them in real easily. Nothing on this machine is hard to run. It's pretty self-contained. Everything is put together. The auger, go ahead, one more slide. This is showing, it's 6 foot 9 inches. It's just a lower clearance. You can get under things. It's not going to tip over. Go back one. Okay. What this is hydraulic lines that come out of this machine, and we can actually run a tamper that actually tamps the holes. When we drill the holes and we set the poles, we want to tamp the poles so that they will not move and keep them in place. And then this little, this is the battery charger, which it stays right on the machine, so we don't have to go running after for remote batteries. And there's 2 batteries with it. Like I said, this machine will really help us out in backyards. Every subdivision in this town that has a transformer in the backyard, we can run this thing through their gate with the low ground pressure. We're not going to tear their yards up getting this transformer out of there. Even in rain, it might leave a little mark, but not really bad. We're not going to tear it up. Any questions? I just wanted to go through this real quick. If you guys got any questions, I can answer them for you.
You mentioned a little bit about safety. Obviously, guys climbing poles is a safety issue with this. You'll be able to eliminate pole climbing.
No, we'll still climb. There'll still be a guy in a bucket, and there'll still be a guy on a pole. You'll never get rid of pole climbing. The deal with this is, you can have a guy up in the bucket that can reach out a little bit further, move around. This machine will turn 360 degrees all the way around, where the competitors will not. But your pole climbing is always going to be there, no matter what. But I mean, for rotten poles in backyards to get back there, this is the only way to do it. If you guys would see, if you had seen what we've done in the past, you'd shake your heads.
Well, that's
the 20%, the degrees is really an important deal. When you're talking tip over, you don't want to tip anything over. Everyone knows
Just
that.
quickly explain how you used to raise them in the back.
Well,
like
what we
you
had years ago, we used to take a great big set of rope blocks, and we'd have wood pikes, which were about 9-10 feet long, and we'd jam them in the ground all the way around the pole. At least have 3 or 4 of them on there, and then we'd climb the pole. And even though it was rotten, we'd put a jib on top and pull them rope blocks up, put them on, and actually 4 guys would haul that pole up with those big rope blocks, pull it up, and hopefully that pole didn't snap off at another spot. But that's all we had to do it. So, like I said, this machine will be used time and time again.
Thank you, Kai. Is there any further questions from the council? Again, the dollars that it has been budgeted for has been something the committee has looked at for the last couple of years. So certainly the dollars have been appropriated for this, and something that we've needed. Is there a motion tonight to award the bid?
I'd also like to add that this was the one company that that followed the bid and followed all the specs. It was low
Correct.
bidder. Yeah, with that, I'd like to make a motion to award the bid for the backyard mini derrick to Trek Services in the amount of $174,815.
I'll second that.
A motion by Alderman Sapienza with a second by Alderman Lukosius. Any further discussion from the council? We have a roll call vote.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza.
Aye.
Payton.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Alderman Lukosius, anything else?
That's all for public services at this time.
We have a report of an ordinance tonight, a resolution to authorize expenditure of MFT funds. And first of all, I'll call on Eric Carls to tell us really what MFT funds are and how we're using this portion right now.
Yeah, so the MFT are the motor fuel tax funds through the state. This year, we had already put out a MFT project that was Wenzel Road, east of 251 to the city limits. As part of our grand planning and extended planning for the infrastructure projects within the city, we had earmarked Wenzel Road on the west side, so from 251 to North Peoria, as a project to get done next year. Along with that, there are additional streets there that have been earmarked with Midtown Road, and of course everybody knows the ongoing conversation of Venture Drive and 38th. As we move through the year, we've received some good bids on our projects so far this year, and working with Justin, we do have money available still in the MFT fund, so in the interest of expediting some construction and alleviating congestion going into next season, we thought it would be best to fit this project in yet this year. Being that the three legs between 51 and North Peoria potentially would have been under construction next year, we will knock out the easiest, least costly of them yet this year. Relatively straightforward project. We're going to go in and mill the surface, repave it, restripe the turn lanes, and there's some small areas of curb and gutter we need to address and some inlet adjustments. So it's a small project in nature, but in the grand scheme of it, what we're doing up there is taking care of all the main thoroughfares in the city when we complete. So as we've said before, Route 6 was done a few years ago, 51 was completed this year, Shooting Park Road last year, Wenzel Road will be fully completed this year now, and then we're moving towards the projects with Midtown Road and Venture Drive and 38th. So our main thoroughfares in the in the retail district and the downtown district are all going to be completed by the end of next season.
And MFT funds have to be used for the purpose of roads and curbing.
There's different items you can use it for. For us, our purpose in the city of Peru, we use the MFT funds for road construction. And then while we're on it, if you don't mind, I'll give an update on the other projects that are happening. Most everybody sees Peoria Street is under construction. Meeting with the contractor, we've changed a few items in the staging to expedite some of the construction. All the water main construction's complete. All of the services have been tied over to the new water main. We've been working on the curb and gutter and sidewalk replacement and driveway replacement the last week into this week. I'm anticipating, weather permitting, schedule permitting, any unforeseens, that we should have the pavement surface on the first three blocks paved by the end of next week. So from 13th Street to Shooting Park Road should be near 100% complete, other than minor restoration. That leaves us with about 50% of roadway to complete, which is about 30% of the project. So we're still running a little bit ahead of schedule on that project. Things are going well so far, minor hiccups along the way, but for a project of that size, it's been good. Rock Street has begun, sewer separation there. Again, we've gotten off to a good start there. Been working with the contractor, working with the DOT on some items that we have at Route 6 when we get to that location, and a project that they have going on to the east of us and the coordination effort there. So as we get closer to Route 6, we'll be in close contact with them. As of right now, we're working from Center Street to the north with the sewer. We will stop the sewer short of Route 6. We'll turn around and go back and install all of the new water main coming up the hill and get that ready for Route 6. And the purpose is we want to expedite the process when we go to cross Route 6. We want to spend the least amount of time there as possible. So hopefully we'll have that all ready come probably the week after Labor Day. We'll get ready to start construction crossing Route 6 with that project. As you know, we wrapped up the General Fund Street Program project. The first portion, the first MFT project is wrapped up, which was the Wenzel Road east of 51. All in all, so far, we've got approximately a little over $2 million in actual roadway improvements. We've got a little over $1 million in sewer and water improvements. And then we have yet about another $1 million, $1.2 million in improvements that are going to be constructed or out to bid. So Wednesday, we have a pre-construction meeting for the airport parking lot and roadway project, which will begin soon. And then also yet to go out to bid is the Water Street roadway construction project and the water main loop, the Market Street loop, that project as well. So those three projects in all total a little over $1 million. So we've got quite a bit of infrastructure improvements going on right now. It's a lot to keep the thumb on, but everything's moving pretty smooth.
Thanks, Eric. We do have on the docket a resolution to authorize expenditure of MFT funds. The MFT funds are the resurfacing of Winslow Road, Peoria Street to 251, with an estimated cost of $151,079.52. Do we have a motion tonight?
I will make that motion.
Do we have a second? A motion by Alderman Lukosius, a second by Alderman Tom Payton. Roll call vote.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza. Payton.
All approved. Move into any unfinished business, council. Any new business? I wanted to point out the excellent work that Alderman Mueller did with her float. It was both in Ottawa and also Mendota, and I do appreciate all of the aldermen that helped celebrate those festivals, and certainly good public relations for the city of Peru. So thank you very much, and it's greatly appreciated. Any other new business? Petitions, communications.
Yes, Your Honor, I have three. The first is from Kevin Ellerbrock of Ellie's Tap, requesting permission to close Prospect Street between Route 6 and 5th Street on Saturday, October 24th, from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and also permission to use Pulaski Square for a Cops for Cancer event.
I'll make a motion, we grant permission and turn this over to Chief Burnaby.
I'll second that.
A motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Mueller. All in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed?
Next, I have a communication from Tricia Jackson regarding the Celebrate Recovery Director, requesting permission to use Centennial Park for an event on September 27th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m.
What's your desire, council?
I move that we grant permission, assuming it's not a problem with the police chief for scheduling a park.
I'll second.
Motion by Alderman Radke, second by Alderman Mueller to approve that communication. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Next, a communication from Gene Vogelsang of IVCH requesting permission to close 14th Street between West and Putnam for an employee picnic on September 17th. Permission was previously granted on July 13th, and then this is a follow-up regarding the closing of the street.
I move that we grant permission for that, but I think it's gotta be 13th Street.
13th Street.
Duly noted. All in favor of that?
Aye.
Any other petition,
I-
communications?
Just a reminder, August 22nd, right here at City Hall, it's gonna be a Maud Powell concert, and inviting everyone to come. It's very good, very nice. Saturday evening. Friday night is at the Maud Powell Plaza with the Peru City Band, so anybody can come, they're welcome.
Wonderful event.
Yeah, we should also probably mention that the CSO picnic is this Saturday in conjunction with, this Sunday in conjunction with the Rodders at Centennial Park, so anybody that, is interested in coming to that, they should go, and, it was a pretty good year last year. A large crowd was there for food and other family-oriented things, so.
Lots of fun. Do you want to elaborate on the activities at all?
It'll be pretty similar to last year. They'll have some, games, bouncy houses for the kids, food, soda, beer, those types of things in the park. Some music, there'll be no band this year. But obviously anybody interested in joining the CSO, there'll be a lot of guys there, a lot of people there with, orange shirts on, so anyone that's interested in doing that is more than welcome to learn how they can have a lot of fun helping the city of Peru, I guess. Yeah, so all the money that the CSO raises ends up coming back to the city for all the flags that you see downtown, or all the Christmas decorations that you see downtown. And the CSO also has given some money recently to some of the tornado relief efforts, so like Fairdale or Coal City or Washington. The CSO did give some money to those efforts, so they generally.
The Peru sign is a CSO endeavor?
Is one of the more recent ones, yeah. The CSO refurbished all the letters, at their cost, and the electric department did a great job putting erecting the sign, so.
Again,
And also, if, I'm sure if any, council members, tomorrow night, 5:30, Chris, we're gonna dedicate the sign, so I'm sure Alderman, anybody wants to come, 5:30 on Water Street.
okay, any public comment? Public comment from anybody? Questions? Nothing going on? All right. We do have an item for closed session tonight. If you could read where we're going with that, clerk. Again, it's on the sale of property or the potential of that.
All right, so we're looking for a motion to go into closed session. Meetings for the purchase or lease of real property for the use of the public body is being considered, including meetings held for the purpose of discussing whether a particular parcel should be acquired or whether the public body is considering the setting of a price for sale or lease of its property.
Is there a motion to go into closed session tonight?
Second.
Motion by Alderman Mueller, second by Alderman Sapienza. We have roll call vote.
Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari.
Aye.
Lukosius.
Aye.
Radke.
Aye.
Mueller.
Aye.
Sapienza. Payton.
Okay, we're moving to closed session. Again, it won't take too long, I don't anticipate, and then we'll come back for anything else.
We need a motion to, re-enter.
So moved.
Motion made by Alderman Putoff, seconded by Alderman Mueller. We'll do a roll call vote to reopen the regular meeting. Alderman Putoff.
Aye.
Ferrari. Lukosius. Radke. Mueller. Sapienza. And Payton. We're back in regular session.
Any other comments from the council? If not, I will entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Motion by Alderman Ferrari, second by Alderman Payton. The meeting is adjourned.
Aye.
Thank you for your